Looking stronger already.
Hello, my fellow griefers and trolls. Eric the Plague Doctor, 981YT here, or as I'm known on Twitch, Plague Doctor 98TTV. And beekos, welcome back to more Elder Scrolls Online, my favorite multiplayer game of all time. So, in the last one, beekos, we got quite a bit done on the questing aspect of the zone guide. So now we are gonna, I got tired and I had just woken up. It was quite a nap. I'm just gonna say that right now. I was out cold for 2 hours. So yeah, now we're gonna finish up the last two here. Where we get to work with my favorite Argonian from the lore, Keshu the Blackfin. So yeah, let's have a chat with her and see what we gotta do for her.
Ah, fortune smiles upon me. Just the person I needed to see. Hold a moment before you continue towards Shell-Tide Village. I could use your help with a complicated matter, mercenary.
What seems to be the problem?
I hope to recruit Tideborn warriors from the village to aid in the Stirk Fellowship's offensive against the Worm Cult. However, they're mired in their own struggles with the cult and a necrotic taint that threatens the village's egg hatcheries.
Oh, that pisses me off. How can I help?
Tide Reader Suhoth promises the aid of the Tideborn tribes if I can root out the Worm Cult's corruption and assist in a ceremony to cleanse the tides. Will you help me save their birthing pools, mercenary? The Fellowship pays well for assistance.
I'll recruit the Tideborn warriors. Okay, I'm gonna laugh if we can flirt with her because I do have it where Ojel Greel ends up with her. Although I might change that to where he ends up with Roz. I personally am not attracted to Keshu. Obviously, like, I'm gay, but my character's bisexual, so... I thought it would be a funny idea if my favorite Argonian ended up with, my main character. But, anyway... The High Elves of Clan Corlania are descended from Altmer, who embraced the distant teachings of the prophet Veloth. While most of the elves who follow Veloth eventually came to venerate the living gods of the Tribunal, the Corlanias, like the Ashlanders of Morrowind, continued to revere Daedric powers. To wander Solstice is to immerse oneself in a variety of faiths rarely, if ever, seen on the mainland. The three queens, while the Corlanias of old had dealings with a number of Daedric powers during their long exile on Solstice, their faith coalesced around three particular Daedra: Meridia, Barf, Azura, and Nocturnal. The Elves of Solstice refer to them as the Queen of Light, the Queen of Dark, and the Queen of Darkness. Oh, the Queen of Dusk, my bad. These three queens reign over all aspects of life, both the good and the bad. Meridia, the Queen of Light, is a ruling goddess who grants each mortal potential and purpose. She is a goddess of life and order, the arbiter of all things as they are meant to be. The elves of Solstice strive to live up to Meridia's perfection, knowing they all fall short, but loving her nonetheless. Meridia hates necromancy, though, so it's weird. The Queen of Dusk comforts and guides mortals through the vicissitudes of life. A goddess of beauty, love, and fortune, she is seen as an intercessor for mortals with her sterner sisters. Finally, the Queen of Darkness gathers mortals into her embrace at the end of their days and judges them. Nocturnal presides over death and oversees final justice. The eyes of Solstice respect Nocturnal. The elves of Solstice respect Nocturnal, but do not love her. She is a stern judge. However, those who live their lives well have nothing to fear when the Queen of Darkness comes for them. Weird. This is certainly a different take on these particular deities. Alright. The native Argonians, meanwhile, revere two distinct forces of nature, depending on the tribe they are born into. The Stone Nest Argonians of Eastern Solstice revere the stone, though our limited dealings with them make for an incomplete understanding of what exactly that means. While they appear to honor all stone, they seem to hold stone that has been worked and shaped into holy edifices, their Zonmers in especially high regard. There are also many stone statues of unknown significance scattered throughout the eastern wilderness. The hint at their impressive stone-shaping past. Beyond that, the religious practice of the Stone Nest remain a mystery to the Collegium Praxis, one that this docent hopes to find further in the future. Argonians who worship stone. Interesting. The close proximity of the Tideborn Argonians of the western side of the island gives us more insight into their culture and religious life. They revere flowing water, specifically rivers, and what they refer to as the tides. They believe that memories and past lives flow into rivers and are carried by the tides to the eggs they incubate in tidal pools. In this way, they are returned and born again on the shores of Solstice. Oh, that is interesting. Note that the Argonians of Solstice do not have the same connection to the histories of Blackmarsh as their mainland counterparts. Indeed, as far as we are aware, only a single history grows on Solstice. It rises above a Stone Nest village on the eastern side of the island. A scattering of other faiths are present on the island, though this researcher would not consider the majority of Solstice dwellers to be overly devout. Here are some of the other faiths to be found on the island. The Nords, especially the settlers of Shore Stand and the city-dwelling Sunporters, tend to revere Shore,
Nordic barnacles for this imperial provisioner.
Shore and kind primarily, as Shore is said to have been killed by elven treachery in the distant past. Some Corellanias find his worship somewhat uncomfortable, Kine, meanwhile, as the patron god of storms and the sea, has a particular place of reverence for most Nords, as they are either sailors themselves or the descendants of the sailors who originally came to our shores. Zenithar, okay. Zenithar, brought to Sunport by Imperial traders from Leowyn, the patron of commerce and crafting, has found a strong following among the merchants and traders of Sunport. Along with the three queens, another Daedric prince appeals to certain members of Solstice population, Sanguine, the Prince of Revelry. Because supporters tend to enjoy a good time and aren't overly judgmental, revelers of the Rose have not only flourished, they've found acceptance as they allow anyone who wishes to attend their festivities. Some believe that this cult has begun to take excess to a new and unsettling level, but the Regent considers that to be their own business as long as it doesn't get too out of hand. Interesting.
Is this the mercenary you spoke of, Eggkin?
Yes, Tide Reader. I consider them worthy of the task ahead.
Welcome to Shelltime,
Oh, he's hot.
Eggkin. I will cut straight to the pearl. The cult's presence here threatens the future of the Tideborn. Tribes from across the island bring their eggs here to mature, but the waters are tainted, killing the unborn young.
Keshu mentioned a ritual to cleanse the tide.
Yes, that is correct. A ritual I hope will both lift up the next generation of Tideborn warriors and dispel the necrotic taint on our waters, all in time to aid your cause. How familiar are you with the Chukase tradition?
The rite of passage? I'm familiar with it.
Then you understand how important it is, Eggkin. This ritual honors our community and the tide. Completing it should elevate our young and clear the waters. But the ritual path has become too dangerous. I was forced to pause the tradition.
Until now?
Until your arrival, yes, Ojel. Outsider, I ask that you aid our young warriors by clearing cultists from the ritual path so the Chukase can be completed. Seek out the brothers Scenic and Talali Haas. Help them perform the rite, and we will help you. Scenic Haas will be at the training grounds northeast of my hut. Talali Haas is tending to the hatchery pools east of here, beyond the village walls. Tell them to begin their Chukase and accompany them to the entrance of our burial grounds.
Why the burial grounds?
That is where the ritual path begins, and where the worm cult is most active. We first thought they were pirates, but they cut us off from our burial grounds. Now we hear the sound of shovels turning earth and the mournful wails of the risen dead.
So the worm cult is after you're dead.
So it seems. They use our own dead against us, and even our most powerful warriors grow weaker as their vile magic seeps deeper into our land. It kills our crops, spoils our waters, corrupts our eggs.
What do you mean it corrupts your eggs?
We rely on the water brought by the tide to nurture our eggs, to deliver memories discarded into the great river and instill them in new homes. But now, the tainted waters weaken the shells and kill the unborn young, causing the memories to fade. Your tail twitches like a young one, Keshu. You have questions, yes?
I'd like to hear more about the tide. Go on ahead, mercenary. I will catch up.
Samurai Turd Slayer, oh my god.
Take that, and that! Taste the salt of my blade! Has my fighting prowess caught your attention, outsider? Huh. Well, do try to keep your distance, lest I cleave you in two.
Wow, he is chiseled. You must be Scenic Haas. Tide Reader Suoth sent me to find you.
Has that old lizard finally accepted what I've known all along? That these cultists must be dealt with swiftly before we lose any more young? Join me in battle, Ogel. I will heartily welcome your blade.
I'm to clear out cultists while you and your brother complete your Chukase.
My scales shimmer at the news. While I wish it were me taking down the cultists, I'll accept finally being recognized as a full-fledged warrior. Perhaps the Tide Reader has sense left in him after all. When shall we begin?
Once we all gather at the entrance to the burial grounds.
Tlali will certainly erect the spine of surprise when he hears of this. Our scales have itched for the opportunity to prove our worthiness and push back the cultists. I will meet you at the start of the ritual path, outsider.
Alright, let's go find his brother. What is this?
Another clutch lost to the necrotic taint. Rest, Akin. Your time will come. I promise.
Still your waters, Talali. An outsider approaches.
Forgive me, Akin. I fear I was wandering the reeds of anxious thought. Losing a clutch is heartbreaking, let alone the loss of so many. Curse these limp, thin cultists. Do you have need of me?
Talali Haas, Tide Reader Suoth sent me to find you.
The Tide Reader sends an outsider to find me? And here I thought I'd seen all the Tide could offer. Have you come to help with the poison tides? Our young wither and die before their eggs even crack.
I'm to clear out the cultists while you and your brother complete your Chukase.
I erect the spine of intrigue. Although, who am I to look a gift guar in the mouth? I suppose we are to meet at the entrance to the burial grounds?
Yes, can you tell me where that is?
Of course. Allow me to mark your map. It is a great honor you have been given. Our Chukase is a traditional rite, to be sure, but it is also an opportunity to cleanse the tides. There may be hope for our eggs yet.
Ready to ride.
Once I speak with my companion, we shall begin the first trial, a cleansing of your ancestral burial grounds. Do not let the excitement of these young ones distract you from our goal, mercenary. We must help the brothers complete their ritual and cleanse the waters so that I can secure the aid of the Tideborn against the greater worm cult menace.
What exactly do you need from me?
Help them complete their chukase. The first trial in the rite honors the village's past. The brothers must visit the resting places of 4 Tideborn ancestors. We must ensure their safety while they pay their respects.
Sounds easy enough.
Do not become complacent. The worm cult defiles this burial ground. We will need to contend with them, protect the brothers, and try to ascertain exactly what the cultists are up to here.
Dispatch worm cultists and look for clues. Got it.
And remember, as much as the brothers may wish to help you, that is not their place in this. Once you deem a site safe to approach, signal to them and they will begin their prayer.
Okay, investigate the
Scenic,
worm cultists.
Honor your ancestors. I will lead you northeast of here, near the cliffs. Good hunting, mercenary. Keep an eye out for any clues about what the worm cult might be planning.
Mark.
Elders, your tide recedes, but is not forgotten.
Ancestors, we remember and ask you to bless our sacred waters.
Okay.
Never a dull moment.
Ancestors, we praise the ripples of your passing.
Elders, let Itzteish guide you across the waves.
The source of the tide's power? Is that why they desecrate our dead?
Got your back.
The currents of the past flow ever into the future.
Ancestors, inspire us.
You could brew something nice with that. That's it?
Sooth. These cultists exhume our dead and leave them drying in the sun. They must pay.
Elders, let your power flow into our sacred waters.
Ancestors, hear our prayer.
I'd be mad if I went out like that.
Alright, now we head down this way.
The worm cult presence here is more entrenched than I thought. They have embedded themselves under every palm and colossal shell. What of the Chukase? Were the brothers able to complete the first trial in the ritual?
Yes, the brothers visited the graves and completed their prayer.
And not a scale out of place. Good work, mercenary. Next, we must facilitate their dream wallows. A type of dream given to them by the tide. We will need the root of a Fanic Gawk plant from the ridgeline to the east. That is your next task.
I found a scroll that indicated the cult is trying to find the source of the tide's power.
By questioning the dead? I don't like the sound of that. You will encounter a cultist camp I spotted on your way to gather the root. See if you can learn anything more there. I'll escort the brothers and meet you atop the islet beyond the camp.
Better luck next time. Oh, wait. Who's better than us? Nobody. Watch it.
This way, mercenary. Bring the route to Talali when you're ready.
Did you find the plant we need, Ojel?
Talali.
Did you find a fennec gok root for the ritual? It is a necessary component for a dream wallow, and I'm unsure how we'd proceed without it. Perfect. The words mean fated sand in your language, though Keshu tells me they call it fated mud back on the mainland. The root allows us to glimpse our futures, to see what the tide has in store for us, and allow us to choose the right path. Yes. I heard tales of other dream wallows. Some were calm and pleasant, others were like waves crashing in a storm. There is a chance we come back changed, inspired, perhaps disillusioned. It is a test, after all. Speak with Keshu while I prepare. I shall prepare the dream wallow.
Let us have a word while Talali prepares the ritual drink. The cultist camp below. Were you able to find any information about their plans or what they want from the Tideborn?
Show me my reflection.
The cultists are searching for some sort of hidden shrine.
That's troublesome. It seems the Tide Reader's suspicions were correct. They're after a shrine hidden in the ocean's depths. The location of the third ritual site, in fact. Let us hope the cultists haven't found it yet.
The third
In
ritual.
due time, mercenary. First the burial grounds, next the dream wallow, then the shrine. A dream wallow is no simple nap. Each brother will walk a stormy path and face their future. And you must enter the dream wallows with them.
I'm going to do what?
You must aid them in the dream wallow while I guard your unconscious bodies. Tide Reader Suhoth fears the taint that spoils the tides may also affect the dream wallows. Join them, but only intercede if it is completely necessary.
Apologies. I thought you knew. When you're ready, step forward. You'll accompany Scenic first.
Building up a staff. Good thinking.
You drift alone at sea, Scenic. No! I am not alone. I have my elders. I have Tlali. Your ancestors are carrion for sea urchins, while I carry my ancestors with me, darkness. And Tlali gives me strength. Embrace the power these cultists offer. Pull them back from the void? Is that possible? Ah! I've heard enough of this! It is time to silence you, for we have never needed the truth.
Never a
Look
dull
upon
moment.
our potential. The power we could have if you would own. Ojel, you must be my blade. I am indebted to you, Ojel. Go on to the next dream.
You honor salt and sand, but forget the great stone monuments that were raised. The Tideborn do not chase stories of lost power. The tide is fickle, and whispers only half. Even the sea erodes stone. Are you so certain that you would hate them? I always wanted to hear the tide, but I never... Could I lead them? Do I have the strength? What you lack in strength, you can make up for. See how our ancestors bend to our will. No! How they rise
Not like
at our
this.
command. Real you can rebuild what you help me defeat this shade so I can return.
Finally.
Thank
Some
you.
quiet.
Continue outside the dream. I must purge this filth from me.
You're all awake. Good.
Forgive me for not standing. The Dream Wallow took a lot out of me. Still, I thank you, Ojel. I'm not sure I would have been able to pull myself from that dream without your assistance.
Tlali, what do you think about your dream wallow?
It was not what I expected. The dead risen like the stone monoliths of the ancient Saxhleel. And me, their leader? I don't know how the cultists were able to spoil our dreams, but I will be forever grateful for your aid.
Will you be ready for your next trial?
I must be. Meet us right below these cliffs. There is an entrance to our sacred shrine, where Scenic and I must present ourselves to the tide. Commit our scales to the Father of Change. Allow me a moment to gather myself, and I'll be ready.
Alright.
Ojel, I am relieved to see you awaken. That dream wallow. That nightmare. I am unsure if I would have been able to push back its darkness without you by my side. It felt wrong. Tlali believes it was the root. Tainted, just like our land and sacred waters. Still, it pierced my mind and showed me the black pearls of my own insecurity. That will take time to recover from.
Are you ready for the next trial?
If anything, what happened in that dream proved the necessity of the next trial. It's Teish, Sithis, in all his infinite wisdom, will know how to best guide my hand and overcome this corruption. You are kind for listening, but now I must prepare.
The next trial starts at the shoreline below. Go on ahead. I want a moment with the Egg Brothers.
I am unsure if I can do this, Tlali.
Uncurl your tail, Scenic. Ojel, Keshu will explain what happens next.
The final trial awaits through that whirlpool. Inside, you will find the Tideborn's most sacred shrine. There, the brothers will finish their chukase and complete the ritual. That should cleanse the waters and remove the necrotic corruption. Tide Reader Suhoth did not have the time or inclination to give me all the details. He just explained that if we guided the brothers on their chukase and helped them reach the shrine and complete the ritual, the sacred waters would be cleansed.
So how do we reach the shrine?
Accompany the brothers into the whirlpool and down into the sea cave below. Help them reach the shrine safely, and they should be able to accomplish the rest. Let's just hope the worm cult still hasn't learned the location of this shrine. Follow the brothers, mercenary.
Oh, we get to go to a shrine of Sithis. It has been too long.
The worm cult is here. I'll protect the brothers. You deal with their leader, mercenary.
Get out of there!
The power of this shrine
Got your back.
will be ours! Defend me! Your own dead serve us, lizards! Rise, beasts! Destroy these fools!
Ooh. Gonian Behemoth.
Quickly, we must secure the shrine.
Well fought, mercenary. The shrine is beyond that waterfall. Remarkable. An ancient shrine to Sithis. Mercenary, talk with me. Now I understand the cult's purpose here. This cave sings with the power of the void.
Yes, it does.
A shrine to Sithis, the bringer of ends, who the Tideborn call Eats Teish. What are the tides if not the ever-shifting flow of change? Let us hope Suhoth was right, and praying to the Unmaker returns his blessing to Shell-Tide Village. Yes, the Chukase is almost complete. The brothers walked the path of their ancestors, and now must be recognized by Sithis. Since you walked it as well, mercenary, you must approach the shrine and be acknowledged too.
I feel the presence of the Dread Father.
What was once tainted has been made clean.
Eats Teish has approved our Chukase.
Your Chukase is complete, Egg Brothers. Let's meet at the hatchery and see if the waters are truly cleansed. Mercenary, please give the Tide Reader your impressions of the results of the Chukase.
The Egg Brothers shine with the warmth of the tide, Ojel. Already I can hear the voice of the Unmaker return to our shores. But tell me, how did the Chukase go from your perspective?
The Egg Brothers did well, and we dealt with the cultist who invaded your shrine.
Then I declare the Chukase a success. Scenic and Talali are warriors of the Tideborn. We are indebted to you and Keshu. We will stand with you against the Worm Cult. I will dispatch our best warriors to Sunport once the celebration is over.
What about the hatchery and the sacred waters?
The Dread Father has returned his blessing. The shoal tender tells me the eggs are improving, and the sacred waters have begun to clear. It will take time to fully return to normal, but she is confident all will be fine.
Cashew.
I came to this village seeking allies for the Stirk Fellowship, and to learn more about these distant eggkin of my people. With your help, it seems I have been successful in both regards.
Yes, the Tideborn have agreed to aid the Stirk Fellowship. What now, Cashew?
Now we continue to gather our forces in preparations to strike the worm cult a killing blow. Know that this alliance would not have been possible without your assistance. I look forward to seeing you at Sunport, and once again, fighting at your side. I chose well in you. Even in Blackwood, these eyes knew you were of strong will and tempered fortitude. Thank you for your efforts, mercenary. We connect these Tideborn with not only Sunport, but perhaps with Black Marsh as well.
That would be nice. Can I ask a personal question?
I'm intrigued. You have earned that right many times over. What do you wish to ask me, mercenary?
What do you make of the Tideborn and their beliefs?
Before your arrival, I spent some time on these shores contemplating this very question. Listening to the tide and wondering if it could really return discarded memories. If one day I'll crack from a shell and find myself here.
What did you decide?
That if it were true, I wouldn't mind. There is someone in this village that reminds me of a dear eggkin I lost many years ago. I truly believe it is them, that they have returned, and that they do not remember me. It does not matter. What matters is that now they will get to reach their, what is it they say? Destined scales? And that this time they have someone by their side that won't fail them.
Saxfleal of the Tideborn, people of Shelltide, these brothers have honored our ways and completed their chukase. Talali Haas, you are the steady rhythm of crashing waves. Scenic Haas, you are the reef that protects our shores. With this horn, we kneel to the worm cult no longer. Let the tides lift us and our allies in Sunport toward a new dawn.
All right.
Let's move.
Oh, this is really pretty.
I don't normally make a practice of tasting frogs, but a chef friend said that was the only way to tell if a frog dish will turn out well. I'm not sure I understand what he means. All I'm getting from this frog is the taste of pink. I do like pink.
Here we go.
Is she on drugs? That was a bit bizarre.
Ah, traveler. Are you headed to the Everlasting Fair? The Fighters Guild sent me and my squad to investigate the Everlasting Fair, but things got a little strange. Sergeant Ali Dean got me out, but I haven't seen her or the others since. I'm not sure how to explain it. When we entered the fairgrounds, things felt wrong. Ali Dean ordered us to flee. I thought the others were with me, but no one else made it. I want to go look for them, but I can't get my legs to move in that direction. Back at the entrance to the fairgrounds, I think. She'll never leave her squad behind, but she couldn't seem to go back in there either. Look, I need to report back to the guild. Can you go see if Sergeant Ali Dean is all right? I'll report back to the Fighters Guild as soon as I can get my legs moving again.
Ready.
You there! Princess Oz sent my squad to investigate worm cult activity at the Everlasting Fair. It was a simple task, but then my team started changing right in front of me. I barely got away. I don't know what happened to the others. I need help, comrade.
What do you mean, your team started changing?
It's not a normal fair. It's dedicated to Sanguine. Once you're inside, it does something to you. Sashi, our Alfiq scout, might have escaped. She's small and fast. I need to find her and the rest of my team, but I can't go back in there. I just can't. Don't you think I tried? Something prevents me from returning to the fair. Some sort of Daedric magic. Please, find Sashi. Alfiqs aren't common on Solstice. She shouldn't be hard to spot in the fair. The Stirk Fellowship will reward your efforts.
Alright, I'll look for Sashi inside the fair.
Be careful in there. I saw one of my squad start to change into... Well, they weren't themselves anymore. Just look for a snarky orange Alfiq with an attitude. That's Sashi. I need to return to Sunport and warn the Fellowship to avoid this place. That's to be expected, I suppose. Never start a mission without all the facts. What do you want to know?
Who else is in your squad besides Sashi?
Adder's got out with me, and I sent him to report back to the guild. But Brundle and Athrolo are still missing. Brundle's a big guy. Good in a fight, but a little thick. Athrolo's a wood elf. Light on his feet and always making jokes.
Interesting. What else can you tell me about the Everlasting Fair?
Not much. Rumors around Sunport say it gets pretty wild, even dangerous. Folks go to the fair and some don't come home for weeks. When they do, they don't remember much beyond saying they had a great time. That's why we were sent to investigate.
And you mentioned Sanguine before.
That's just a guess, being it's sort of a massive party. And Sanguine is the Daedric Prince of Revelry. Plus, he's got an inordinate amount of followers on the island. But before I could get any proof, things started to go bad and we fled. You haven't heard? Where have you been? The Stirk Fellowship represents all 3 Tamrielic alliances, along with the Fighters Guild, which I belong to, and the Mages Guild. It's a lot to balance, but Princess Azah is holding us together.
I guess we haven't seen her before. They just reused a similar design.
Hunting the worm cult, of course. After the attacks on our guild halls and the death of our leader, Merrick, Princess Azah took command and organized the Stirk Fellowship. We can't beat the worm cult unless we all work together. I can't thank you enough for this. I'll keep watch right here for the others.
Come! The Everlasting Fair welcomes all! Welcome, new reveler! You'll find something to delight you at the Everlasting Fair, I'm sure. The fair's been much improved of late.
I'm looking for an orange Alfiq named Sashi. Have you seen her?
Oh, I've seen many revelers enter the fair. Sometimes they need a little encouragement to join the revels, but they always yield in the end. Can't say I've seen an Alfiq, though. I suppose you'll have to come inside and look yourself.
Oh my god, you fucking bitch. You're very eager for me to enter the fair.
Of course I am. It's a delight. Every revel inside must be experienced. You'll never find what you're looking for just standing there.
What I'm looking for is the death of dark elves, like yourself.
Hello? Sergeant Alidine? Is that you?
What in the Sleeping Beauty shit is this? What?
Oh, you're not Sergeant Alidine. I don't think. It's hard to tell in here. I think
Beauty
I'm
and the
stuck
Beast,
inside
not
a
Sleeping
wardrobe.
Beauty.
I need some help, please.
It doesn't sound like you're stuck inside. I think the fair's magic, transformed you.
Oh, that's deeply disappointing. You're saying I came to a magic fair and all I got turned into was a mundane wardrobe? I guess that explains why I can't see or move. I should have listened to Sergeant Alidine when she ordered us to retreat.
She actually asked me to find Sashi and the rest of your squad.
That's good. I don't know what happened to Sashi, though. All I remember is a strange woman who said she loved my outfit. I told her I liked having beautiful things in my wardrobe. She laughed, and then this happened. A little joke, I guess, on me.
That's funny. It's a little funny.
Are you not
Oh, gotta
amazed?
go.
I'm a talking goat. Who knows what I'll say next? Ah, you're smarter than you look. You've come to hear the wisdom of the talking goat. Few can resist my ineffable charm. I'm not just a pretty face, you see. I know things. Secrets about the fair. Like where your missing Alfique is.
Is this secretly sanguine? I don't know. I feel like this is secretly sanguine. How do you know I'm looking for an
Not so
Alfique?
fast. A goat never reveals his secrets. I'll help you find your missing Alfique, but I don't work for free. Things aren't what they seem here, and not in a fun way. I can assist you, but you'll have to help me sort out the fair in return.
Where I come from, goats aren't conversationalists. No, they're usually stew meat.
Bold words coming from a mortal. Remember where you are. The Lady of Riot distorted the fair, and she can just as easily turn you into something vile with her alteration magic. Stay on my good side, and I can protect you. Or not. It's up to you.
So this might be sanguine. Understood. So where can I find Sashi?
The Alfique ran into the bristleback extravaganza, southwest of here. Not the wisest move. The pigs are cranky today, and she wasn't quite herself, you see. If you survive, meet me outside the back gate and we'll speak more about the Lady of Riot. I wouldn't dawdle if I were you. The bristlebacks are fun to watch, but they're very territorial once you enter their enclosure. I, of course, wouldn't be caught dead inside a pen like that. But the Alfique might, if you keep stalling.
What did you mean about things not being what they seem?
Look around. There's drinking and debauchery aplenty. But is anyone really taking pleasure in their delicious indulgences? Their fantasies are twisted and strange. This isn't Sanguine's realm anymore. Something's different with the Revelers of the Rose.
Yeah, I absolutely think this is sanguine. You're very observant for a goat.
There, happy now? Goat cliches aside, the Revelers of the Rose used to worship Sanguine. Now they bow to the Lady of Riot. That insidious woman has eyes everywhere. Makes me want to drink. If only I could hold a cup.
You're suspiciously interested in restoring the fair.
The Lady of Riot snatched the fair away from Sanguine and destroyed everything he stands for. Danger and delight can coexist, but she turned this place into a false shrine to her own ego. Go, find the Alfique. We'll speak more on that later. Here, a talisman to protect you from the Lady of Riot's influence.
Look, Sir Hamhock, we have another guest. Sir Hamhock and I welcome you to the Bristleback
Sir
Extravaganza.
Oh
Face their porcine rage if you dare. But be warned, once you enter, you'll be at the mercy of the pigs. Many have challenged the beasts. None have yet succeeded.
What happens if someone challenges the beasts and, fails?
Let's just say I won't have to feed the pigs that day. Bristlebacks are large, majestic creatures. Few truly appreciate them. But dodging a charge or two helps challengers understand them on a most visceral level. Alas, no one has yet dodged 3.
Did an Alfique recently enter the bristleback extravaganza?
Not that I saw, but Sir Hemhawk indicated that he smelled a cat. He hates most non-porcine creatures. I'm trying to get him to be more accepting. One might have snuck in and found some place to hide. Look carefully, or check the corpses.
Okay, so...
Bird.
Oh, thank the moons! Sashi thought she was trapped here all alone. Normally she'd sneak right by those pigs. But this isn't her best look, you see. No fur, no claws, all legs and hands. Ugh. Anyway, you smell like someone helpful and decent, yes? You found her! Though, Sashi would prefer not to have this gangly orc body. So big and clumsy.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
She would grant this one's secret wish to be as strong as an orc, but Sashi didn't mean it like this! Oh, an Alfique's worst nightmare.
How can we restore your true form?
A puzzle for later, Sashi thinks. She tried leaving the fair, but the spell stopped her. Much as this one wishes to be herself again, we should find her squad mates first, yes? They aren't so good under pressure. But the bristlebacks are a problem.
Alright, stay close and we'll get you out of here.
Be light on your feet, Walker. Don't let the pigs catch you. Over there! The exit!
Over here, mortal. I see you found who you were looking for. Rather gangly for an Alfique. It seems that my advice led you right to your goal. I was reasonably confident you'd be able to handle the bristlebacks, and I was right, as I usually am. The Alfique seems fine, if a little out of sorts. My end of the bargain is complete. Your turn.
You could have mentioned the Alfique had been turned into an orc.
Yes, but some truths must be discovered for oneself. I did say the Lady of Riot uses alteration magic. Now for your part. An important relic of the fair, the Rod of Revels, has broken in two. We can't reverse the lady's enchantments without it.
Before we get to that, tell me more about this Lady of Riots.
You want more details? Very well. The abridged version. The Lady of Riot is a sorceress, a nuisance, but she found a way to fool even me by pretending to revere the Prince of Revels. She distorts dreams and desires, warps them. Now go find the rod. Not part of our deal. I was very specific. The others can wait. Without the rod, there's no way to break the lady's spell, which means the Alfiq and her friends remain trapped. Now, listen to the benevolent talking goat and do as I command. Heroic tendencies can be so infuriating. Look for them as you search if you must. Just find the rod. The lady attended the Ogrim Parade and the Misfortune Teller. She may have hidden the rod in either attraction. Look for me after you have it. Have you never been to a fair before? Go! Enjoy yourself! Play the games, earn a prize ticket, and claim a reward from the chest at each site. Even the ladies' magic must obey the rules of the fair. Everyone gets a chance to win the prize. Go! Look for the rod in the attractions I suggested. The faster you find the rod, the faster we can save the Alfiq's friends and restore the fair to its former glory. You can talk more to the enticing goat later, I promise. For starters, you have thumbs. Second, no, that's it. Actually, the lady's spell affected me more than I thought it would. I'm not at my full power, and I'd rather send someone else to keep her occupied until I'm ready to face her. Bah! Danger! I provided you some protection from her spells, and you're getting something out of this too. You found the Alfiq, and the others must be here somewhere. Our goals are somewhat aligned. If she hadn't trapped me in this form...
So you're not actually a goat, are you?
I am indeed a goat. I could be anything I choose, usually. It's rather fun to take on different forms as the mood strikes. But I do not like being stuck in one against my will. You chat quite a lot for someone who has a missing relic to find.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Sanguine.
When you recover a piece of the rod, we'll talk again.
Strange goat. Though perhaps not the strangest thing about this fair. No matter, Sashi doesn't trust it. Still, you struck a deal with it. That's how you found Sashi, yes?
Something like that. I promised to help the goat restore the fair.
That goat knows more than it's saying. It could be... Nah, forget it. We still have to find Brundle and Ethrolo, so she can't leave until they're safe. Well, and until we break the spell that's trapping us here, but... one thing at a time, yes?
Were your squad mates transformed too?
Sashi is not sure. Everything before this one changed is a blur. We were investigating the fair as we were ordered to, when suddenly this one was all flailing limbs and way too big. Not Sashi's finest moment. No, not many. But do not think Sashi's a hindrance because of her size. This one is perfect for scouting and stealth missions, and her claws are sharp as knives. Unfortunately, Sashi is no longer an Alfiq. This form is gangly, as the goat said.
It's too bad you can't leave the fair and go to safety.
Sashi is a warrior in the Fighters Guild and part of the Stark Fellowship. Even if the spell permitted it, she would not leave you and her comrades here. Sashi will do some scouting and look for the others, while you search for this rod thing.
Alright, we'll meet up later.
Sashi will search for her squad mates. You deal with this goat nonsense.
Welcome. Madame Mystera has been expecting you. The future need not be a mystery.
I love her outfit.
But be warned. Knowing one's fate isn't always a blessing.
What will I find inside the misfortune teller tent?
Even Madame Mystera doesn't know the answer to that. Peer into the orbs inside the tent, and your fate will be revealed to you. Some find riches, others danger. Only the misfortune teller sees all.
I'm looking for a specific prize.
Perhaps you will find it inside. There's no other choice but to go, yes? The Lady of Riot herself has sought the wisdom of the orbs. Their power is undeniable.
Shiny orbs! Touch this one! Do it! Your fate will not be pleasant should you continue to interfere with my everlasting fare. What? Don't you like my illusions? The shadows can't hide this pretty orb. Your future is mine to command. One more to touch! What fun!
Oh, it's all the way back there. Got it.
Your misfortune awaits! Time for you to meet your fate! The misfortune teller predicts your doom! No matter, there are many more games to play at my fair. Fine, take your prize. It won't make a difference. Go on, you've got your prize. What else are you waiting for?
You to shut the fuck up. That's what I'm waiting for.
Outstanding Ogrims, ready to bash. Join the parade to see if you... the Ogrim Parade is fun for all, I guess. If you like that sort of thing. Entry is free, but don't blame me for what happens once you're inside. Please, no pounding on the door and crying about it. Makes my head hurt. It's just Ogrims. Not really a parade, more of a gauntlet, I'd call it. Pretty boring if you ask me. But there's a prize if you make it to the end.
Is there a trick to making it to the end?
Just walk. Of course, the Ogrims will try to beat you to a pulp along the way, but that's just what they do. If you get past the big one, you can claim a prize at the end. Fun for the entire family. I'm serious. I won't open the door again once you enter. I don't get paid enough for that.
Pretty. Lot of gold.
You navigated misfortune nicely. Come speak to me. It seems you have some small skill when it comes to the ladies' version of the fair games. Still, they were better before, trust me. Well, your limbs appear intact and you haven't been changed into a bunny. That's good. Do you have the rod? 1/2. Not good enough. Half a rod won't fix the everlasting fair. And what do I care about a note? Wherever that usurper has hidden the rod eludes me. Very vexing. I shall conduct my own search. I'll find you when I have need of your thumbs. You are... Just saying that to get on my good side. Let me look for the remaining piece of the rod. You have your own business to attend to. Although you may want to wrangle that Alfique first. She attracts trouble like Nern attracts Molag Bal.
You know, he's not wrong. Him and Maroon's Dagon both have a bit of a thing for invading Tamriel at least once every era, don't they?
She was mixing it up with some revelers of the Rose near the beach. And here I thought cats hated the water. Find me once you have the Alfique and this Brundle mortal in tow. Hopefully, I'll know where to look for the other half of the rod by then.
I'll go make sure Sashi is alright and try to find... I'm not even going to remember this name.
Walker! There you are! Sashi still doesn't know how to use this orc body. It's so big and clumsy. And this one misses her claws and teeth. Such good weapons. How did you know to find Sashi here anyway?
The goat told me where to find you.
Sashi still doesn't trust that hoofed pest. It's using you. Even her orc eyes can see that. What will happen when it gets what it wants? But Sashi's never abandoned a mission before, and she won't start now. Have you seen Brundle or Ethrodel? Let me see. Moons! That witch got the Brundle too! What's this about the broken shaft of wood? Maybe it's the rod the goat seeks. And it says he's heading for the docks north of here. Come! Sashi is a skilled tracker. She can pick up his trail.
Ready.
Is that you? It's Sashi!
He got turned into a
Sashi
monkey.
doesn't think Brundle likes her this way. You talk to him, Walker.
You're too late! I already took the rod from that stupid monkey. It's in a much better hiding place now.
That looks like her. Damn.
You'll never escape my fair. And my revelers are oozing to deal with that old goat skulking around the shipwreck.
That witch thinks she can threaten me. I may be a goat, but I'm still smarter than she'll ever be. Ah, you found me. Well done. The lady's tricks may be irritating, but I've managed to evade those deluded revelers so far. Just a little longer and she'll feel the fury of my horns. I trust you corralled the Alfika and her friend. That damned woman is getting on my nerves. No doubt she put it somewhere even more clandestine than the last time. Did she give you any clues?
Just that her revelers were oozing to deal with you.
Oozing? A strange word. Aha! Her flair for the dramatic is her undoing. Blood and baubles. You must go there forthwith. But there's also the matter of the Alfik's remaining companion. Trivial, I know. But I figured I'd mention it before you did. I am nothing if not magnanimous, and I appreciate your commitment, but allow me to elaborate. The Alfik's final friend is trapped in the hidden tent of Dark Joy. Without the rod, I can't locate the tent. Get it and meet me at the Fountain of Roses. Are you always so suspicious, mortal? Have I led you astray so far? Very well, let's clear the air between us. What can I tell you to assuage your concerns? The rod turns any location into a small part of Sanguine's realms of revelry. I will repair the rod and use it to restore the fair to its former glory. That should also restore the Alfik and her friends to their original, less entertaining bodies. I did, didn't I? You have an excellent memory for a mortal. As I searched for the other half of the rod, I could find no sign of the Alfik's missing friend. Since the only place I can't see is the Tent of Dark Joy, he must be hidden within.
And?
You want me to state my intentions again? So be it. I need your help. Without the Rod of Rebels, we will never stop the Lady of Riot. Acquire it for me, and I will reveal the hidden tent, free the Alfik and her companions, and restore the fair. Oh, she certainly tried, but it's a Daedric relic, not some trifling mortal bauble. They can be damaged or hidden, but rarely destroyed, even by another Daedric prince. The Prince of Rebels and his accoutrements are not so easily circumvented.
Ah! So are you the Daedric Prince, Sanguine?
I am a goat, as you can see. Like some goats, I have horns and hooves. Unlike some goats, I can talk. Things are not always as they appear at the Everlasting Fair. More on the matter, I'd rather not say. Now, go retrieve the other half of the rod.
That is absolutely Sanguine. Oh my god.
Beware! There's only quivering, gelatinous doom ahead! I wouldn't go down there if I were you. It's just goo, all the way down. You can sit with me if you like. We can think of nice, dry things, like crackers and deserts. Ah, bliss.
What horrors are you talking about?
They're awful, disgusting, gelatinous little blobs. I loathe gelatin, jellies, and jams. Any viscous substance, really. Oh, chalk it up to a childhood adventure gone terribly awry. Oh, you won't be able to leave without facing those dreaded globules. It seems some of the gooey monsters, the little ones, have ingested some sort of key. but you need to reach inside them to get it. I can't bear the thought. Best of luck if you try it. But if you get oozed on, please stay far away from me.
How did you end up in
I
here?
was tricked. A sorceress claimed she could make my deepest wish come true. I wanted to be less fearful, so she turned me into this metal man. I may be indestructible now, but I'm still scared.
I'm looking for something that may be hidden in here.
Whatever it is, those nasty jellies probably got to it first. Not only do they leave their terrible, slimy trails everywhere, they eat anything they come across. I'd offer to help, but I might just faint if I have to touch one. Go on without me. If you find a way out that doesn't involve touching jellies, let me know. Yay.
Let's see what you're made of.
I'm with you.
Should have been more prepared. Never a dull moment.
I'm starving. When's guard duty over?
Admit it! You're a Daedric prince! Or at least the servant of one.
I am a goat, you silly cat. Put your claws away so we can set things right. Wine and canapes. That Alfique has rubbed my last nerve raw. If the fair were up to its old standard, she'd be much better company, I assure you. Do you have both halves of the rod? It's time you return the everlasting fair to its rightful owner. I need to repair the rod. Won't be my best work, but then again, I don't have thumbs at the moment, and we need to act quickly. A half-hearted fix will have to do. I let you and your envy-evoking thumbs use the rod to dispel the lady's magic and reveal the entrance to the Tent of Dark Joy. Try the lady's statue, or that odd coral tree, or perhaps the giant shell. The entrance must be here somewhere. What did she do? Break it over her knee? Wait here.
Daedric magic! Told you it was sanguine.
Yep.
There. It's fixed. Use it on the things I mentioned to reveal the Tent of Dark Joy. A rather large shell. A bit out of place here, wouldn't you say? A vast improvement, if you ask me. Well, that's just hideous. A monument to her ego. Aha! The Tent of Dark Joy. Get in there and deal with the Lady of Right.
Give him.
Oh, please help me. I can't stop dancing. Let the spectacle of your defeat be. And now, for my next trick. No! The show must go on!
Yes! She's finally gone! Well done! You have my gratitude. Now, return the rod to its proper place to restore the fair. It is done! The Prince of Rebels wins as always! The everlasting fair has been restored! Debauchery, delight, and decadence, all for their own sake. Doesn't it feel so much better this way? In fact, I even enjoy being a goat again. Perhaps I'll linger in this form a while longer. Mine? How could a fair belong to a talking goat? Although I can assure you, the Prince of Rebels knows what you did here. You're welcome at all his merriments and debaucheries. He'll even pour your first glass of wine. If you see him, that is. Such manners! I can honestly say that you will always have a place at Sanguine's table. And the drink he pours will be of his finest wine. The next time he has hands, of course. Now, let me complete my end of it. There! A portal for you and the puppet to leave. His little legs look tired.
Oh my god, that is funny.
Over here, friend! We're still like this.
I wasn't cut out for life as a puppet.
Sashi knew the goat could not be trusted.
Yowling away as usual, I see. Just a moment.
high above. Is it over?
At last! Sashi has her dignity again. Oh, Sashi is back! This form is much superior to that clumsy orc body, yes? And Brandel and Ethrolo have returned to normal too. This one has seen much today.
The goat kept its word. You're free to leave
Oh,
now.
it was you who did all the work. The goat, sanguine, Sashi is sure, only cared about getting the fair back under his control. The fair is still a little wild, but at least visitors will be able to leave the revels whenever they like again. We must return to the Fighters Guild. There is much to report about the fair. Oh, please don't tell anyone you saw Sashi as a giant, clumsy orc lady. She would never live it down. The everlasting fair will be safer now that Sanguine's in charge again, Sashi thinks. Though she won't be returning here anytime soon. And poor Brandel may never venture out again. Here, this is for you.
Well, little Alfie, you got what you wanted. Though you were more entertaining before.
Don't underestimate this one. She has her claws again.
Shut up, Sashi. Thank you for helping us, Lord Goat.
Come! The everlasting fair welcomes all. Make your wishes come true.
Let's go grab this sky shard over here. Oh, there's only 3? Yeah, there's only 3 sky shards left for us to grab. So the last locale is all the way down there.
Well, it sure is something. Now what? Loot there, don't pass it up. Let's make this quick.
Let's go to the Way Shrine and then port over to grab the crafting area. What does this set do? Interesting. Alright, well, beekos, we've gotten those things. We will do the public dungeon in the next one. We'll be grabbing the Sky Shard and killing all the bosses. That'll be fun. So, yeah, later tonight I might stream Deceit with Michael once again, because I want that battle pass. So, until the next one, this has been Eric the Plague Doctor 981YT, or as I'm known on Twitch, Plague Doctor 98TTV. And until the next one, beekos, bye!